right, and our Julia girl said, one for the ready and two for the show. Because there's two of us up here. I'm John Gray.
I'm Peggy Burton. We're missing Mr. Jimmy Fuller.
Jim Fuller and Pam Spencer, our partner and our administrative assistant, had some emergency surgery recently, and that has put Jimmy in a strain in their accounting business because she does a lot of work on Mondays and Tuesdays. She visits clients on Tuesdays, and so Jimmy's having to work.
Too bad.
But Pam's doing well. Pam's out of the hospital, and she's going to be sore for quite some time because I think they split her from stem to stern.
Ouch.
And but she's a good girl. She's a strong girl, and we're proud of you, Pam, and we want to thank you for all the things you do for us right here, because without your service and your standing behind us with what you do for years, we probably wouldn't have made it this far. You're the smartest one of all of us. There's no doubt about that. So
don't let go.
Glad you're feeling better.
So you got your
I got
bandana in your pocket?
Bandana in my pocket, ready for tonight. Is Tuesday night.
And
we will be practicing the Saturday night show tonight. The South Jackson Goes Country show for the 39th year. And then Thursday night, we'll be practicing the Friday night show. And then Friday night, yeehaw! We're on the stage at South Jackson Civic Center for the 39th version of South Jackson Goes Country.
And I guess I could say that if you want a ticket that's $16, if you get it, I think still those tickets are out. But when you go to the door, they'll be $18. So if you want to save a couple of dollars, go call 455-5321 or go online at southjackson.org.
That's right. And
print them out and be there.
Save your ticket.
Lots of stuff happening at 6 o'clock. There's food for sale. I've never found out how much, but usually it's no more than $5.
$5-6, something like that.
Barbecue, a drink, cookies, chips.
You can't get a meal anywhere hardly for less than $10 now, and I guarantee you it's going to be a lot less than that. So.
And I'll just go ahead and say it's Piggy's Place Barbecue.
Yeah,
they're a sponsor of our show, and we appreciate them. Plus, there's so much you can do with a pig.
With a pig.
I know it.
That's
you can
right.
always do a commercial with a pig.
That's right. And I was watching, and for you folks, some of you will be there, some of you won't. I'll give it away. I was watching a show the other day that had a bunch of young people on it, and it was a commercial for dads. And they were all these little bitty people telling goofy dad jokes to their father, and they all had little microphones, and they were telling dad jokes. And do you know what they call a pig that knows karate?
I do not know. What do they call a pig? That's cute. That's a good one.
I thought, and there was this little guy doing that, and he had the funniest little expression on his face. So, hey, you never can tell what you're going to see at South Jackson Goes Country, ever, because we have commercials and we write live commercials.
And we have some fabulous performers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We have songwriters, we have dancers.
We've got one of those guys on here today.
We do. We have Freeman on here today, and he's going to do one of his original
Freeman's going to do. Freeman did a song the other day. What is it, Freeman? Crazy?
I ain't crazy.
I ain't crazy.
Yeah, you crazy? I told him he was going to do something else. I said, on this show today, and I said, no, I want you to do that. You do whatever you want to, but I thought that was the greatest song I'd heard.
That
and I
was
didn't know
a good
when.
song, yeah.
And everybody was clapping. You know, you can tell when a song's infectious.
Right.
People just automatically are drawn to it.
They're automatically
They don't have to
drawn to
wait
it.
and hear it 6 or 8 times to think it's good. They automatically like it, and that song is one of those songs.
He's done a lot of really good songs.
Oh yeah, and they're real.
I think what's sad in this world is there's so many great songwriters that don't get noticed in the big world, whatever that means. It doesn't mean that they're not as good as those other people.
No, they don't have the contacts nor the money.
And so if there's an agent out there looking for a great talent, is on our show today.
It's like everything else. It's that right there. It's that money.
I wouldn't know because I don't
have any either. That's why we're here instead of there.
And if I'd depended on the money I made doing my music, I'd be living under a bridge. So.
I've got a box already with a plastic roof on it. I'm just about ready to go. Whenever it's needed, I can pull it out of one of those storage buildings full of stuff and move under the viaduct.
And, you know, most people think, well, they just do that for fun. You know what I mean? Nobody thinks that you can make a living doing it, but a lot of people do.
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 So it's a nice thing. Anyway.
Yes, it is.
I feel great that I have such wonderful bunch of people working for me to see that this show continues to go on. And
I was talking to Peggy the other night, and I said, just how many people? And you said there was well over 100 people involved with
There's
this.
At least 40 in the production end of it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody on the lights. Just
and that's not counting.
things.
That's not counting the people on stage.
Last night I enlisted Mr. Elijah.
Did you?
Kidd.
Yes.
9 years old, running the lights just like he knew everything that we were doing already. He was fabulous.
He does.
What a little genius.
That kid came in the first time I met Elijah. We were doing a Christmas show about spiders, little play, and he was in it. And he came in South Jackson Civic Center with a tool belt on. He was this tall.
I know it.
And he had a screwdriver. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Some of these doorknobs are loose. I'm gonna tighten them up." and he walked in there like a little general, did his act on stage, and he was interested in the lights, and so he goes back. We had gotten some of these new LED lights. He takes a tutorial in that. Now he can run any show. I don't care how big it is.
Yeah.
He can run any show we do down there at South Jackson Civic Center, and he's this tall.
And usually in a tuxedo
he
or
wears a suit and a tie. Suit and a tie.
Anyway,
when he
thank you, Elijah.
Up. Yeah, he's great. And his mom and dad are good people to support him, and also his sister.
He has a very talented sister.
And she's one of the singers at the high school now, I believe, and acts as well. So, you know, that's what happens when you have a small stage in a small town. And one of the things that I want to preach on, and I do every year during the show, is thanking the people who come, because small stages like in Shelbyville, the Fly, in Manchester, the Mac, Tullahoma, South Jackson Civic Center, those stages are where they're big enough where everybody can be a star. And that's where these little people get their first taste of it. And some of them, it scares them to death, and some of them you just see them burst into flames. They like it so much.
And some of them go on to become, you know, well known.
Well, Patrick Waller's one of the biggest actors in Nashville, and he started right there at South Jackson Civic Center.
Yeah, and there are others.
Others as well.
Maybe not as well known, but are either in New York or different places.
Well, our piano player, Terry. What's his name? Greg Terry, not Greg Terry.
No, Terry.
But I mean, he's one of the best pianists in the United States.
Exactly.
It was trained right here in Tullahoma and played on these stages, and so every time you go to a show, go to a play, make a donation, it helps keep these stages viable for these young people to be able to experience what happens up there, and it gives them confidence in themselves.
I was going to say, to me, that's the major thing. To have the confidence to live through life, to stand up and say what you believe in with confidence and not being so nervous that you cannot let people know what you feel is important.
That's right. That's right.
Even at a PTA meeting, just to have the courage to stand up and say, no, I disagree with all this. You know, it takes confidence, and I think that to get rid of a lot of the problems with anxiety and mental illness, if you have something that you do that can take you away from all that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for instance, when you're doing a song, do you think of anything else?
No.
No, you don't think of anything else. You do your song.
No. And, you know, and that stage, and we're pleased and proud and honored. I'm always honored to be around this person. Kat Murray's in the studio today. It gives somebody like Kat, who's doing her show for the 13th time.
I know, isn't that great?
A platform to raise money for other people.
Lots of other people.
For other people. And she and my wife, Fran, are going to be on in a little while about Alzheimer's Tennessee, and Kat's getting ready to do a show that will benefit them. She's done them to benefit South Jackson. She's done them to benefit schools. She's done them to benefit everybody. We're going to have to get somebody else to get a 501c3 where she can find somebody else to benefit.
And for people that don't know it, South Jackson Goes Country is a benefit for South Jackson.
Oh, of course it is.
And we appreciate everybody that is involved in that gives us money, that is a sponsor, And Kat feels the same way. She gets sponsors anyway.
Well, and Kat does something else, and she has a printing company, McMurr's.
Right. She actually has a business.
She actually has a business.
And it's not monkey business.
It's not monkey, but well, she's got a lot of monkey business going on too. But that's just Kat. And I write a lot, and she's done 2 books for me, and I'm working on another one right now. And if you need something help with your publishing, and you can't figure all this stuff out, she's a genius at it. Kat, this is 186 and 187, so we're 13 away from the 2nd edition of Low Coup. From the sublime to the ridiculous. 186. As you enjoy the ride, take time to breathe and smell the roses. Life's greatest moments are not found at the destination, but on the journey.
I love that. I love that.
You know, it's like planning a vacation. You spend all this time planning a vacation, and it never turns out as good as all the planning. But if you just do something spontaneously, there are no expectations, and you have fun.
Just get up and go.
Now, 187. The only thing better than a scoop of ice cream on a waffle cone is 2 scoops of ice cream on a waffle cone. Lick on. So that's my nonsense for today. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with today's show. Don't go away, because already we have interesting folks in the audience, and it's only going to get better. We'll see you in a minute.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have sold so many new trucks. We've got over 100 pre-owned trucks to choose from. Any make, any size, any model. It's as easy as going to russellbarnett.com to check out our pre-owned truck inventory. And remember, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
I feel like I've been promoted. I'm here with the Bedford County Commissioner.
County Commissioner,
Sylvia Pinson. She's always full of it with stuff, and so I'm going to just let you have the floor for now. What's going on at the Fly?
I'm still at the Fly, fluttering.
Fluttering? Like a butterfly?
Like a butterfly. We've got a dance coming up. It's called Butterfly Bash.
Cute.
Saturday, August the 18th, from 7 to 11.
And what made you think of Butterfly Bash?
Well, in September, end of the September, the Arts Council, we have put together a Butterfly Fine Arts Festival.
A festival, wow.
2 days. 2 days.
And what's the date on that? August 18?
Well, the dance is August 18.
That's the dance. This one is over here.
But the festival is 28th of September and 29th. So we used the word fly, turned it in.
Yeah.
And on Friday night, starts from 4 to 7 with all the venues, all the different arts and crafts that we have. We are hosting the Chamber of Commerce business after hours.
Fantastic. That's wonderful.
The next day is pretty much geared to children. We are releasing individually 200 butterflies.
Wow.
Yes.
Is there a certain kind, or are they just all kinds of butterflies?
I don't know if you know much about butterflies, but a Marnart is $3 a pop.
Oh.
So I kindly brought it down, and we bought the painted ladies.
Okay.
They come in a little individual envelope. So.
And they're a butterfly that comes in an envelope?
Yes, ma'am. I know. Let me. Okay. You order them, and they come in a 10 by 10 by 10 shipped in.
Okay.
I have to take them, put them in refrigeration, and I have to bring them out, and they're going to fly that Saturday morning on September 29th.
That's the neatest thing.
At 9:45.
And they just go.
And all of a sudden, they have to come out and warm up.
And they become butterflies?
They're butterflies.
Are they in the chrysalis when you get them?
No, they're butterflies.
They're already.
They're ready. But they're little bodies. And a butterfly, their bodies have to warm up. So when you were working with butterflies, you got to have a rock or something, because they don't have an insulation system that they have. So it's kind of an interesting when I say 200. So, planning this festival, we've had such good response from our business.
Is it one of those things where people rent booths?
Right.
And fine art. Do you have any left?
Well, not inside.
All right.
We're looking for the outside for the last part of
So if anybody wants to rent a booth, do they have a phone number or a website or something?
931-580-9696 is me personally.
Okay.
They can go Facebook, Butterfly Festival, or you can look on the website of the Fly Arts Center and receive the
information.
Information. This is a new event. I'm working for the Parks and Rec Department for about 8 years, sitting in a lot of meetings. What can we do to promote Shelbyville, Tennessee?
Well, I love that idea.
And so one of the other ladies sitting at the board meeting, well, let's just do a butterfly festival. And my brain started
clicking,
And here we are.
So what time of day are the butterflies going to be
9:45.
let loose? 9:45. So if you want to see this event, you need to be there by 9:30 at least.
The gates open at 9.
Oh, at 9 o'clock. Okay. And is there a big cost on that?
No.
You get to walk in for free?
Yeah, but
you need to bring a little money?
Well, fine arts. Yeah. But it's going to be a good day. But the outside day is free, getting in. And it's geared to children.
So you have
Volunteer Garden
activities.
Club is doing an outdoor lab, and they are showing the life cycle of a butterfly through pasta noodles.
That's fantastic.
And then our Times Gazette is giving a kind of a worksheet once they finish that they can go home and color
in the butterflies.
And it's really funny when you start talking about, what are you doing, Sylvia? That's after I retire. What are you doing? Well, I'm working. Now we're working on the Butterfly Festival.
That keeps you busy, I know.
The lady at Walmart says, I just met a lady. And she raised these butterflies.
And so it deja vu.
She gave me the number. I called her and told her who I was. Oh, come on over. And you know what? She happened to live at my voting district.
You're kidding.
So I scored 2 things.
You scored 2 things. You became county commissioner. At the same time, you got your butterfly farm ready to go.
And they had moved in from Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
So she's in the middle of
How wonderful.
Yes. And her husband is the guy that's going to warm the butterflies up.
And so this is a real deal. I kept thinking, now where's she going with this? Now I got it.
It is factual.
What fun.
It is. But it's just these early wake-ups in the morning and think, oh my gosh, how are we going to hand these butterflies out? We got it. We got the solution.
Going to just go. I think we need to tell a little bit more about your
the Butterfly
Bash
is a dance, and we are bringing in who are coming, and we're selling about the Butterfly
Festival. And it's $15 per person or $25 a couple. Now, I wonder about that. It seems like it ought to be $12.50 per person. What about those people? No, I'm kidding. If you charge anything you want to, but that will encourage people to go and bring a friend, I think. Don't you think?
Sure.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, if you raise the price, you have to, make an. Okay.
Anyway, it sounds like fun. What all do they get for that? They bring their own bottle if they like.
They bring their own bottles.
They get hors d'oeuvres.
And guess what? Several drawings related to what? Butterflies.
Cute.
Cute.
Yeah.
So the idea is kind of hook them to come back to the festival.
Right.
And within the month.
And have a good time while they're being entertained by a band.
Yes,
is that correct?
which
Who is that?
is Borderline out of Winchester.
Okay.
The band. It's real
Is
good.
that kind of rock,
It's
pop,
a combination
band,
yeah.
and everybody loves them.
They do.
Okay.
You can go
You
for
are-
line dancing or jitterbugging, whatever you want to do.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, I'm excited when I talk butterflies.
I know. A butterfly. You know, I love watching butterflies, and I have been in zoos or whatever you call it when they'd have them covered up, you know, in a place, and you go in and you see all different kinds. But the idea of having them open up, it's like setting off a bunch of balloons, you know.
Yeah.
But you're setting off butterflies.
So 200.
Yeah.
So we're going to give the children the first opportunity
to see that.
And, well, to have the individual butterflies.
And watch it.
No, well, they're going to be opening the envelope.
They'll open it. Okay.
When they come, the parents will will give them an armband, and if there's 200 children, that's 200 butterflies that will be released. But the lady in charge, me, do not open your bag for these children to have until she says so.
She says so.
So I'm going to be in my crown of glory. Don't do this because we want a massive.
Yeah.
Got to warm them up.
That will be absolutely. Sylvia,
you.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
You're an artist in every sense of the word.
Thanks
for coming.
You
we
bet.
hope you'll come
Thank
back
you.
with more exciting
I'll be back
news.
on butterflies.
And good luck with the Butterfly Bash.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be back.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, folks. I told you this was going to be an interesting show. It's interesting already. It has gotten very interesting. Michael Jackson has come to the stage in the body of Cat Murray, next to Alzheimer's Tennessee Representative Fran Gray. Got her. What? No. This is getting way out of hand. As I said earlier, this lady right here has done, this will be your 13th His Story told by her, which is her tribute to Michael Jackson that she's done on the stage at South Jackson Civic Center. And this year, her honoree, or the person that she's doing this for, is Alzheimer's Tennessee, which my wife Fran has just opened up a new office in Tullahoma. On Jackson Street, 207 Jackson Street, right in between Citizens Tri-County Bank and the lawnmower store. We're gonna be cutting some good times down there.
Cut me some out of that bank.
Cut some out there. So it's all y'all's.
Well, thank you,
Talk
John.
about it.
Thank you, John. I am so thrilled to have Kat Murray as a friend and as a co-worker in this community. She is so kind and benevolent. She has been giving back for years and years. And one show developed into our 13th, his story told by her.
3.
Yes, yes. So we feel very special. 13's my lucky number.
Oh,
and I feel very fortunate to be working with Alzheimer's Tennessee. And when she was telling me that the kids, the dancers, wanted to do another show, I said, "Oh, would you, could you?" And she said yes. So we are very grateful that Kat has decided to benefit Alzheimer's Tennessee with her time and talents and wonderful singing and dancing. So, Kat, what year did you start doing this show?
2011.
2011.
I believe it was February of 2011. I've done 2 a year. So last year I only did 1. But I've done 2 a year since 2011. Alexis, who's been in every single show, was in 1st grade. She just went to 9th grade last week.
Oh my goodness. Now, does that make you feel old?
No, you're kidding. I just got this patch of gray that I don't know where it came from since the first show, but it's all good. It's a 2-hour show. Singing, dancing. People can get up, dance in the aisles, dance, sing out loud. It doesn't matter. We don't care. We like as much noise as we can get. There's 2 times in the show where we have people come up and join us on stage. I have started with 4 dancers. I have 17 now.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big show, and we change a lot of clothes, and everything gets thrown everywhere in that 2 hours, but in the end, it all turns out really fun.
Oh, it is a wonderful show. It's a really feel-good kind of show.
It's $15 a person. All the money is going back to this organization, and it's Saturday, August the 18th at South Jackson at 7 o'clock.
Right.
And Fran has tickets at, what is your address again?
It's 207 North Jackson, and you have them at your place, right?
McMurray's, we have tickets there. Like I said, they're $15. You can get them at the door if something happens that day and you all of a sudden go, oh, I can make the show. We'll have them at the door starting at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
So,
and it's general seating,
General
isn't it?
seating, yes. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm so excited to know that we have a lot of friends from Skills coming. One of their good buddies is in the show, I hope.
He's also done all 13 shows with me.
D'Angelo?
Yes, he has. D'Angelo Brown. He's saying, yes, this will be his 13th show.
Oh, my goodness. Well, he adds so much to it. And little Katara, how old is she now?
I believe she's going to 3rd grade, but her mom may be upset with me. But she was also, I think she wasn't even in school yet when she started. So it's been really great watching these kids grow up. And of course, Marcus, who's now in a group, he started in the show, and he's now just everywhere. He's actually getting ready to do the Arthur Ashe event in New York on the 25th. So he won't make this show, but we're so proud of him and what he's done with his group. And everything. So he's excited, we're excited, we're missing, but we still have his little brother.
Yes.
Who started at 4. I think he's going to be 11. I started, of course, when I was 25, and I'm going to be 26. So but it's just an exciting show, and we have some advertisement in the program, and all that money also goes to Friends organization. Well, it's not Friends organization, it's actually our organization.
That's right.
But and you can call Fran and talk to her about that, and her number is
931-434-2348. And again, Alzheimer's Tennessee is new to South Central Tennessee. We are all about helping our friends and neighbors right here in Southern Middle Tennessee. Everything that we earn stays right here.
And that is my main reason for doing it for this organization, because when I was told that it would stay here, then that was interesting to me, because I want to make sure whatever we spend 3 months on this show, so I want to make sure whatever time and effort we put into stays right here.
Yes, yes. And we're just so grateful. And it's a fun night, and like she said, people of all ages can dance on the stage or in the aisle, and I always loved dancing with Kat's sister, and we're aiming for that night to dance together again. But Alzheimer's Tennessee is here advocating for persons who are affected by Alzheimer's and other related dementias. We have educational materials available. We are involved in research. There's a great clinical trial going on now across the nation, and we have more information about that. But we just want to be there and encourage all people, and I do believe all of us are affected by one family member or a friend who has dementia. So thank you so much for being willing to come and contribute and bring some joy into what's a hard situation, but we can dance through it and enjoy ourselves. So thank you so much. Thank you to all your crew. It's amazing to watch them dance for 2 hours straight. I mean, where they get the
for 2 hours.
But you sing, and I love what you do. And I just have to ask, are you going to have the lighted costumes this time?
I can't tell the secrets of the show. Every show we do, the opening act is always different. Every other show we change the version of Scooby-Doo. Oh, I just told the secret. We changed the version of Thriller. We've done Wizard of Oz. We've done Star Wars. We've done, gosh, I can't even remember anymore, but classic monsters, and we just changed the theme just so that it's a fresh show for anybody that hadn't seen the show, but especially for everybody that's been in the seat. Like some of the parents have been to every show.
Yes.
And so we try to make a difference. And they've started staying away because they don't want to know what the surprises are. Oh. So, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, girls, I'm really glad that the two of y'all are here with us today. For that reason, but for my own benefit. You know, it's all, don't you know it's all about me, don't you? I'm sitting right now, you talk about credibility, with a Christmas parade marshal, Citizen of the Year for the Chamber of Commerce, distinguished, what was that title? Woman of the Year, Distinguished Woman, is that?
Life Achievement.
Life Achievement for the Chamber of Commerce. How does it get any better for me than to be sitting with these two right here, because it's elevating me just way beyond where I belong.
Oh, no.
Well,
I want to thank
John.
both of you for what you do. Both of you have dedicated a whole lot of time and a whole lot of your life for the betterment of our community, and it shows. And when you take a young man who walks down the aisle and dances in front of the stage, gets involved with CAT, and now is performing in New York City, you've accomplished something. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
both of you, for what you do.
You're very welcome.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades, and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Hello everyone, I'm John Rickman.
And this is Pat Welch, and we're here to present today the Conversation with John and Pat, the 19th installment.
We're about to get to 20.
We're coasting downhill on it, John.
Pat, you were making mention a while ago of this little tuner that I have, and it's a great little device to keep your guitar in tune. And since I changed strings the other day just for this segment, I wanted to show folks that because you seem to be intrigued.
I am intrigued with it, John, and those that think that Chapel Hill may be a little bit limited in accepting technology need to take note of that.
Yes.
It'd be similar to the first person from Chapel Hill to get on a commercial airplane, probably.
Well, you can put it on a cell phone now and tune your guitar by a cell phone today. But I want to we've got a segment here I think everybody's going to be interested in, and it's in regard to University of Tennessee and a family that was well recognized there. Well, wish I was on top of Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bills. Once two strangers climbed on Rocky Top looking for a moonshine still. Strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top, reckon they never will. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Well, Mr. Cord there, but who cares?
It's unnoticed. With Pat Head Summit's Celebration of Life service last night, that was done, and John, it was probably done better by you then, and maybe some in the crowd.
I appreciate the comment, though. Yeah. Flattery is always helpful.
That's exactly right, and it will get you further than some people think it will. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Where are you headed, John? I want to remind you brought by a book.
I brought by a book because I won it. I'm a winner, you know.
Absolutely, just like Coach Bryant. Nothing but.
But I used to live next door to a fellow named Mr. Orville Finney out on Blue Creek Road. And Mr. Finney, I used to help him on the farm a little bit when I was younger and wanting to do things like that. So Mr. Finney one day casually mentioned that Shirley Majors used to cut hair with him up in Tullahoma in the same barber shop. And the question was by who was the TSSAA man back at that time. But anyway, he came to Rotary and spoke, and he asked Ronnie Carter, and he said, now if anybody can answer this question, you'll get one of these books. Well, I answered that question, and everybody in Rotary is pretty astounded that I knew the answer. And I was astounded too.
Anytime
I remember.
You and I can show out in Rotary, it does astound them, John.
That's exactly right. Go ahead, Pat.
Well, John took the book by my wife's place of work, and which was awful nice of him because he knew that once I got it, that it would engross me for about 3 or 4 days, and he was in deference to my wife. She knew the same effect was going to happen, and if I wasn't going to clean any dishes or make any beds or participate in any kind of family life, she could have held that book from me, but she was nice enough to let me look at it. And it was incredible. It covered the history of the TSSAA, which is what Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association, that has governed Tennessee high school sports, I believe, since the very early 1900s. And it was divided in segments of history and so forth, and it was divided into successful coaches, and it had just a lot of local history in it. And one of them, of course, would have been the Majors family. That they would have had 5 boys and a daughter. And Coach Majors, Shirley Majors, was the father, and his wife's name was Elizabeth, but I believe she went by John. So they had the husband's name Shirley and the wife's name John. And I think you said that there was
I wrote a little song one time. Stoney Jackson shared that tidbit with me, and I wrote a little song called Papa named Shirley and a mama named John. I won't bore you with that song, but that's...
Well, Coach Majors, Shirley Majors, was a barber, as you've already pointed out, and he, during the World War II periods, at least, he cut hair in the old Harton Arcade, which would have been right off of Jackson Street. And wasn't long ago, his family was raised in Lynchburg. He raised his family in Lynchburg and Huntland. And Coach Majors, being John Majors, periodically visits both places and Tullahoma to visit friends. And I got to be with a group of maybe 10 guys that ate lunch downtown with him, and it was really, really interesting. And he said that during Camp Forest days, when we had 60, 70,000 troops being trained at near what's now the Arnold Indian Development Center, that these soldiers would come in on Saturday to get their hair cut, and for at that time would have been a really high price for like $1. He'd cut the hair and give them a shave, and the chair was full all day long. He made probably more money then than he at least Johnny Major said he made more money then than he did when anytime he was coaching. And they'd bring, the 5 boys would come with him some, and he'd give them enough money to get 1 Coke, I think, and see 2 movies at a time. And they just talked on and on and on about how fun life was at that time. Philip, why don't you put that picture up? That picture's then, Coach Shirley Majors is on the right. Now, he, of course, when he retired, he was the head coach at the University of South in Swanee and had some extremely successful teams. I believe he had 2 or 3 undefeated teams. And if you going opposite the way you normally read, from right to left, the first gentleman is the oldest son, which I think that was his senior year at Huntland. That would be Johnny Majors, or John Majors. It was the head coach at UT for so long. Next to him is Joe Majors, who was a quarterback at Florida State. The next one is Bill Majors, who was an assistant coach until an extremely untimely death that we'll talk about maybe at some point, and we don't have enough time today. And I believe that was his 8th grade year. And then next to him is Larry Majors, who was the smallest of the crew when he was, after he had grown, and he played for his daddy at Swanee and was a real successful player. And then the youngest on the far left is Bobby Majors, who was probably the best athlete of them all and was the biggest of them all. I can remember he was 44, played in the late 60s, and John, I think when they punted to him, there wasn't anybody in the open field that could catch him. He could make at least one guy miss almost
I'll tell you my
time.
little tale. Tommy Allen and I went to see Penn State and Tennessee play at Neyland Stadium, and Lydell Harris and Franco Harris and Lydell Mitchell were 2 of the running backs for Penn State, and they were highly rated in the country. And that ball would be punted to Bobby Majors, and the most beautiful wall would be set up, and he would read and dart and dash through or around, whatever. It was amazing, that game. They won 31-11 that day, and it was UT's heyday.
I'm not too sure that wasn't the first night game at Neyland Stadium, too, John. That was a really, really big deal. Penn State being an intersectional powerhouse. And
we're going to come back and do a little bit about the Majors family at another segment, but we've been told that we need
to cut it
speed it up a little bit here.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to shut down the 19th installment now then, John.
Well, I'm going to continue with a little bit more Rocky Top on the next segment 20, so we don't lose continuity.
Right, and kind of celebrate the meeting segment number 20. That's not the end of the conversations. We'll take his place by storm if we have to finish this segment up. Number 20 is coming.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man who gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
There's an organization in this town that does such fabulous work, the Centennial Women's Club, and here to represent them today is Mary Jane Scott. How are you?
I'm fine.
Fine.
It's Mary Ann.
Oh, Mary Ann, I'm sorry. I've got Mary Jane staying at my house. I've got Mary on my mind. Anyway, I am so glad to have you today, and I know that you all have this open house coming up, so let's hear about it.
On Tuesday, the 14th, next week from today, we'll have an open house at the Tullahoma Women's Club, which is located 709 Wilson Boulevard. We have an interesting time planned for women who are interested in giving back to the community. When I retired, I finally had time to give and have been a member of this organization since I moved back here to Tennessee in 2012. So we're hoping to get some people who are interested in helping us with some of our projects. We've sponsored events, wine tasting. Last year we had a 5K Monster fun run.
And I need to say that you all were responsible for a lot of the money for the new, beautiful parking lot at South Jackson.
Absolutely.
And we're so grateful.
We spent time, several years,
yes, you did,
doing our fundraisers so that you could see where you're going.
Honestly,
when you come
the
out
first time I saw that, I was driving by, and it was when I saw it completed. I was driving by, it was about dusk, and all of a sudden all the lights came on. I was just touched in my heart. Thank you. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. That is one of our major fundraisers over the last several years. But we've sponsored events that benefit other organizations as well. Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, and that's a big one.
The Tullahoma Daycare Center, Shepherd's House.
Sometimes I think people don't realize how much depends on volunteers and the work that they can do to raise the funds to have these facilities active in our community, and we're very grateful.
We have one member who likes to say, we like to raise money and give it away, and we have fun while we're doing it.
Oh, that's great.
So we do the fundraisers, but we have fun otherwise too.
And are y'all always encouraging people to come in and join?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do they do if they want to join the Centennial Women's Club?
We have an article, or a little blurb in upcoming events every Friday that tells you who to contact.
And so you contact that person and tell them what you're good at, and they'll always be glad to have you.
Yeah,
I think.
But if you're thinking about it right now, come Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at the Women's Club.
Right, to the open house.
Absolutely.
And have a good time. What else? What time does that start? What, you probably told me, but I forgot.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And so I guess if you need a ticket ahead of time?
No,
or can you just show up at the door?
Just show up.
And you'll be welcome. That's a nice building. And you're right close to Trinity.
It's right next door.
And you all have a lot to do with that too, do you?
No.
No, that's not one of your projects.
We have provided things for the Tullahoma daycare that's located there.
And do you have any other events coming up soon that you want to talk about?
I will say something statewide. We have a new administration, and our president wants everybody to go out and have fun and support the state parks.
Absolutely.
So there are over 52 state parks. One of them is just up the road, Forest in Manchester.
No.
Eldstone Fort, Archaeological
Fort. And then South
Park.
Cumberland.
South Cumberland.
And where is that? Is it near Swanee, sort of?
I'm not sure what the address is on
I know our band has played there, and it's on Rattlesnake Drive or something like that. But it's beautiful up there.
So she's encouraging members to go out and visit the state parks and enjoy yourself. And of course, when you go there, you want to document that you were there. So GFWC of Tennessee. We had a project statewide over the last administration where we visited every state.
Wow.
Except for North Dakota.
Yeah.
And in that case, we had to find a friend who was willing to say, okay, for this night, our club is a Tennessee club. And they made a picture for us. So we do lots of good things.
Did you say how many state parks are in the United States? 50?
Well, there are 52 state parks.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many national parks there are. But we're also encouraged to support those.
I mean, all of us, especially somebody like me who grew up on a farm, totally realizes the importance of retaining these spaces. They're beautiful.
Yes.
And we need to treasure the fact that Tennessee harbors some of those.
Yeah. The General Federation of Women's Clubs is an international organization. We have clubs in 50 states and over a dozen countries.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that they encourage. But we have other partners as well that we support. Everything from St. Jude's Children's Hospital in Memphis.
Huge.
And so we're all about giving back to our communities, making it a better place to live.
And I encourage people to join up and help out because we are what we give to a community.
Absolutely.
And because of all of that, we're validated as a neat place to live, a place to go. We have things to do here and then we support activities such as these institutions that you all raise money for because they benefit all of us at some point in time. And I'm very grateful. I just need for you to know that. So you have about 40 members now?
On the order of 40.
About 40?
It varies, one or two.
And so you're
One year it was
always
38, and then it was 42.
Is there an age limit on that group, or is it any age?
Any age.
Okay.
We span from 20s to 70s,
And do you
80s.
remember when that club first started?
The Centennial Women's Club started in 1992.
In 1992.
And we meet at the same time we're going to have our open house. We meet at 6 o'clock on the second Tuesday of every month.
Tuesday of every month.
From August through May.
And then you take a break.
Summer break. And then we're back again.
Well, that's fabulous. And I think if you set up a time and a date and lock it in, I think the people will come. And I hope you get some new members from this beautiful open house that you have planned. And I'm so glad you came today. Any last words you want to say?
Well, I will say that depending on what your interests are, we have several projects that we will be doing. Home life, education, arts, conservation. So if any of those interest you at all, we probably have something for you. Well, and we would love to see you on Tuesday.
Mary Ann, I am delighted to have you. I love the hat. I wish I'd have worn
you.
one. We'll be back with something.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Maiden. And we would like to welcome you to
Rooster Wear.
Yes, Rooster Wear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Rooster Wear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Rooster Wear.
Come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com
to find our handcrafted designs for
the cock of the walk.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fran and Kat Murray were on a minute ago talking about Cat Show for Alzheimer's Tennessee. Fran had an open house last week at Alzheimer's Tennessee office here at 207 Jackson Street, and we were over there to get some video of the ribbon cutting, and the Legacy Creamery had gelato over there. It was a well-attended and a lot of fun, so let's go to that video. And this is open house for Alzheimer's Tennessee's regional office in Tullahoma, located at 207 North Jackson Street, and it's a great afternoon. It's a beautiful old home, and what a great place for them to take up residence and help people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and their caregivers to give them peace, comfort, and knowledge about the things, the best things to do.
Chapter and Miss Fran Gray, and invite you to cut the ribbon. Thank you.
That's the ribbon cutting for Alzheimer's Tennessee. That's Janice Waite standing next to Fran. She's Executive Director of Alzheimer's Tennessee, located in Knoxville. There's Kat Murray up there. There's all kinds of our great friends have come today for this, and we're so happy.
Thank you for what you're bringing to each other, to the community, and it's just an honor to serve with you all. So thank you for being here today. We have lots of great things going on, but first I must thank the Groves for providing our wonderful gelato today. They know what it means to persevere and get through things, and they encourage us all very much. So let's enjoy that. Oh, hi! Yay! And thank you, dear. And we have great things going on. Kat Murray, step forward, please. Kat is gifting us with her time and talent. She'll be on stage at South Jackson on August 18th, 7 o'clock. You can buy tickets here or from Kat, and all the proceeds will go to Alzheimer's Tennessee. Cool. Thank you.
Pretty cool. Fran walked in a job and said,
Next week. Right, the week after her job, she got an interview, had a job, said, I have a fundraiser. That was pretty awesome.
On August 24th, even though it's the coffee pot game, we will be in Knoxville for Beatlemania. It's our Purple Gala statewide, so if anybody would like to come to Knoxville and rock out with the Beatles, we'd love to have you come with us. We are so pleased to have Marsha Massengill. Marsha has been working with Alzheimer's for many years. She and our CEO president, Janice will step forward, have been friends a long time, and they were key in bringing us to this moment. Marsha has agreed to help facilitate our daytime support group. It's called Food for Thought. We begin August 20th. Meet Cynthia Winnemart. Cynthia, come on down. Cynthia, also a great advocate for Alzheimer's, and she is going to be on our public policy committee. And so we're off and running. Janice, do you want to tell them briefly about us?
Well, Alzheimer's Tennessee, just, our organization, I think, first of all, we're delighted to have Fran and delighted to be opening this office here in Tullahoma. I think it will send a strong message to the families in this area that we care about them. I know Fran carries the mission of our organization to stand by families, to work with families, to invest in our community, and to support research with her every day. So we are excited. I will say Alzheimer's Tennessee, all the money raised in this area will be invested back in this area. So you will see church members, family members that benefit from our efforts. And so I hope that's a powerful mission. It's difficult to walk a road of Alzheimer's, and so we're here to help. I will say we also support research, but I know many of you know Fran, and I will say we have an exciting year. Every month for the next 12 months, we have something going on that will have an impact on our community. So I will just say that we can't do it without you, and we're beginning to build out our volunteer infrastructure. So all of us have talents that we can contribute to make our community better, and we hope that you will choose to invest your talents in our organization, Alzheimer's Tennessee.
Thank you so much. I have to tell you, we have information here today. We have a calendar, and our volunteers will be showing this to you. We want you to take it with you. We also have a sheet of information about a very exciting clinical trial that's going on now. Closest to us is Vanderbilt. I'm going to get a cheek swab this Thursday, and we will be bringing more information back to you. We need to have as many volunteers as we can to participate in this project so we can prevent and eventually make Alzheimer's a memory. So thank you. I also want to recognize Weldon and Barbara Payne. Are they still here, or did they have to leave? Weldon and Barbara were here. There's Barbara. There you are. Hi, there's Weldon Payne. You all give it up for Weldon and Barbara Payne. Weldon is a beloved friend, author. He's written many wonderful books, and several years ago he wrote Beyond the Rain, a very poignant story about a family touched by Alzheimer's. He made a play out of that story, and we are reviving it. It will be performed this March at the Manchester Arts Center, and Noel Clements will be directing it again, so please be aware of that and all the opportunities. And get your purple out. If you have a business, a house, if you get dressed every day, put some purple on somewhere, on yourself, on your business, on your house, just wherever you can find a spot to put purple for Purple Out Day. You'll hear more about that September 14th.
I mean, look at this facility. The porch is packed. There's Janie Pack, speaking of packed. There's Tom Corrington. There's Dot Watson up there. There's the girls from Signature Design. Right there, they are waving. They're happy, sweet young ladies that help Fran with so many things. And this is just a great event. The lawn is almost, and there's the Groves right there, Tony and Cassie with the Legacy Creamery. And they're the ones who are providing gelato for this event. For absolutely wonderful homemade gelato. And you can see all these people waiting in line, and they've been waiting in line for a long time. And everybody's getting their gelato and having a great time. And we appreciate Tony and Cassie and what they do and have always done for our community.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Not act that way. Well, the phone just keeps on ringing. Might be her calling back. Well, she grabbed my clothes and I grabbed my boots and I throwed them in a tater sack. Well, I was down the hall about to open the door. Her voice came to mind. If you leave again, I won't come a-running, and this will be the very last time. Well, if you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. If you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. Well, you picked me up and you turned me around, turned me loose, now you've turned me down. If you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. Well, she was on the steps, I was on the porch, she was looking pretty good to me. Well, she stood up and she clenched her fist and she busted my dignity. Well, I staggered around, fell over the swing, hit the ground with a thump. Well, I got up, took off a running, but I could not see that stump. Well, if you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. If you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. Well, you picked me up and you turned me around, turned me loose, now you've turned me down. If you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. Well, she had me down by the scruff of my neck, face down in the dirt. She said, I love you, you broke my heart, and I hope that this will hurt. Well, I laid there addled, mud in my mouth, her voice came to mind. If you leave again, I won't come a-running, and this'll be the very last time. Well, if you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. If you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way. Well, you pick me up and you turn me around, turn me loose, now you turn me down. If you ain't crazy, you ought not to act that way.
Remember, you heard it right here. Freeman J. Hindman.
You got it.
I got it right, didn't I?
You got it.
Freeman's going to be on our South Jackson Goes Country show, and there's a place you can get some tickets. What are the nights you're playing?
Friday night and Saturday
Friday night and Saturday night. He'll be part of the songwriters group, and we all love that song. I mean, and if we ain't crazy, what can I say?
Yeah, I was...
When did you write that?
Oh, that's probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I was sitting there watching TV, of course, and there was something going on, and I'm thinking, man, if that woman wasn't crazy, she wouldn't act that way.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
There you go. A song was born.
That's where it took. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And had you ever been on our show before?
This is a first.
I thought it was a first, and I love what you do.
Thank you.
Where do you get your biggest inspiration?
Life.
Life.
Just life. I've got one I called "I Met a Man," and that was over in Winchester, and he was a Korean veteran, and so I thought that fella's got a story to tell. The whole song probably doesn't have anything to do with him, but I just kind of come up with a story that fella would fit into.
That's beautiful. So that's beautiful.
It's a lot of things. It's just never know what's going to happen.
And does it keep you from being crazy?
It helps me from going insane.
There you go. I know that feeling.
It's a getaway. I love it. You can be somebody else for a while.
Exactly.
I don't have to be in the hustle bustle work world. And
you can your schizophrenic self can step outside.
I can step outside of myself and be somebody.
Do you find yourself having to write at a certain time of day, or do you just inspiration comes at odd times?
I was working on an air conditioning one day, and I've got one called Cajun Love Song, and it just came to me, and I just started humming along, and next thing I know, before I was through with the job, I done had a song.
You had a song
in
written.
my head, and it takes me a while to, get them all in line where I want them and such.
But the beauty of that is you can do a job, write a song at the same time.
Yeah.
Go home and play it, relax, and write it down.
I have to have something.
Do you write them all down?
Yeah, not what some of them I do. I'm working on some copyrights right now, and I got one that's fixing to be recorded by another fellow.
Fantastic. What's the name of that? Or do you want to keep it a secret?
I'm going to do it on the show, Back Porch Boogie.
Oh, let's just hear it right now. Well, I'm ready to hear Back Porch.
That'll be fine.
Y'all want to hear Back Porch Boogie? Yeah. All right.
I got to think about how it goes. This is early in the morning, you see. Right. Well, I know a girl who lived on a hill. Won't do it but a sister will. She do the back porch boogie. Do the back porch boogie. Do the back porch boogie. It'll be good for you. Well, I know a girl who lived on the block. Won't do it when she's on the clock. She do the back porch boogie. Do the back porch boogie. Do the back porch boogie, and it'll be good for you. Well, I bought me a pickup, the color was red. Had a full liner that covered the bed. Well, I took it out to see the ground clear through. And now what exactly am I supposed to do? The back porch boogie, it'll be good for you. Well, it spits and it sputters, it goes down the road. I think it's a diesel, that's what I'm told. Well, I wire the door shut every time that I drive. It's truly amazing that I'm still alive. The back porch boogie, it'll be good for you. Well, I know a little gal who lived on the hill. Won't do it, but her sister will. She do the back porch boogie. Do the back porch boogie. Do the back porch boogie. It'll be good for you.
I love it, love it, love it. That's really good. I was just thinking about, as you grew up, when did you realize that you actually wanted to create music?
Well, I can remember a time when I was about 6 and my nephew was like 3, and we had a diaper. I had a diaper pail, and some buckets out beside in between houses, and I was out there. I started out playing drums, and the neighbor
you played drums on the diaper pail. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I was like 6, and the neighbor comes out, "Would you quit beating on those things? You're going to wake my kids up." And so then it was we was raised somewhat poor, and I probably made the first guitar, cigar box guitar.
Yeah.
I put fishing line
I made one of those.
Yeah, I put fishing line on it and all that stuff, and made racket, cut a hole in the middle of it and all that. But it's always bubbled under the surface, and it's really come out in the past 15 years, I guess.
So that's interesting. It was always there, but then suddenly one day you just started.
I always had a way with words.
Yeah.
And like I was telling you earlier, my first grade teacher, there was a little girl we was having to play in the first grade, and a little girl I was sweet on, and so the little boy couldn't learn his lines, and she wanted to know if there's anybody here that knew his lines, and I knew every one of them, got the part, and there you go.
And there you go. You've been famous ever since. Remember that name, Freeman J. Hindman.
Oh, you only have to fool me.
Yeah. I love it, and I want to tell people how to get tickets. Call South Jackson, 455-5321, put a 931 if you're out of it. And there's the website. You can get tickets online, and Freeman will be on Friday night and Saturday night in the songwriters segment, and I wish I had him doing Sunday. I mean, what was I thinking? Wow. But we were told to kind of cut the show a little bit this year so it didn't last all night long, and we do have some fabulous talent, and I'm particularly fond of songwriters. I like originality. And, you're not copying somebody else, just doing your own thing.
That's the only reason I did it, because I didn't figure I was good enough to play anybody else's stuff. So
you are, but still.
I do a few covers, but not many.
Did you find it hard to share your music when you first started playing your own songs?
No, I actually enjoy it.
You enjoy it?
Because I figure why do it if you can't share it?
If you can't share it, that's right.
Like I said, if you can't make a splash, why go swimming?
Why go swimming? I know that you told me that, and I was proud of that, because you're right. You're right. Don't try to do something unless you go big. Go big or go home.
Yeah,
there you go. You want to take us out with something?
I sure can.
I don't care what it is.
I sure can.
Freeman, thank you.
Thank you. I ain't never thought much about leaving. I guess I'll just stick around. I ain't never thought much about leaving. I guess I'll just stick around. I don't care too much about walking, 'cause it's too far into town. Well, my girlfriend got a sports car, but she ain't never around. That's it. Well, my girlfriend got a sports car, but she ain't never around.
Thank you.
Good deal. Good deal.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever. You'll be holding me too.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is the Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is the Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
To see what he's done.
Well, Peggy, you know, we've been country. Today we've been all about country. We've been all about Alzheimer's. You know, that's something that country music does, is it tells a story. So if you forget your stories because you have dementia or Alzheimer's, just listen to a song. It'll remind you of them.
We're going to hear Travis.
Travis Boland. Travis Boland used to come on this show from time to time. Blues player. He's got a #1 album right now out, and I called Travis or texted him and emailed him about coming and being on the show. He's on the road right now, so his publicity folks sent us this press kit on him. So we're going to close the show today with our buddy Travis Boland.
I'm real proud of him.
See you next time.
Hey everybody, this is Nashville-based international blues rock artist Travis Boland, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself and where I came from and how I began my musical journey. I was born in a little river town called Aurora, Indiana, just about 25 miles out from Cincinnati, Ohio, which is the closest major city. I started singing when I was about 11 years old with the Cincinnati Boy Choir. I remember one of our earliest gigs was singing the national anthem at a Reds game, and it was just a wonderful experience. Picked up the guitar when I was about 15 years old. My family was always super supportive.
I'm Lisa Boland. I'm Travis Boland's mother. When he got into elementary school, he was sent by one of his teachers to go try out for the Cincinnati Boy Choir. He did that for a couple of years, and then after that it just kind of took off. He started a little garage band, started writing songs, picked up all kinds of different musical instruments, and I never thought that it would go this far. I remember going to gigs all over the place when he was 14 years old.
I'm Ann Snelling. I'm Travis's grandmother.
I'm Gene Snelling, Travis' grandpa.
Do you remember the first electric guitar you bought, Travis?
Yes, I do.
Where'd you buy it at? Do you remember?
Walmart.
Walmart. He used to play at church camp and things when we'd take him to church camp in the summer. He'd play his guitar and sing. He's always loved music, hadn't he?
Yep.
I'm Charlie Steele.
And I'm Olivia Steele.
And we're Travis's grandparents. He went into Cincinnati Boys Choir, which I really thought that was great.
That was something great. He works hard.
I think that was the beginning of his voice becoming mature. And so after that, he began picking up that guitar.
It was an old guitar I had that I wanted to learn to play and never did. And it had been set around for so many years that the neck was kind of bowed on it, and he wanted it, but yet I was afraid that the strings would break and pop him in the face. But he insisted upon working on it, and he did. Caught on to that faster than I've ever seen anybody catch on to anything. I mean, and he would come and sit around the campfires at church and play for us just before he really knew a lot about playing, but he had it down. He could play it.
musical influence things from my family. The doo-wop and Motown and gospel music that my grandparents gave me, as well as the rock and roll that I got from my parents, really defines the blues, rock, soul sound that I've put together. What I have here are a bunch of cigar box guitars. This is an instrument that dates back to the rural South, and an instrument that actually goes beyond and farther than that to the 1800s in West Africa, called the diddley bow. This instrument has a vital role in blues music and the history of American roots music. Tennessee, and since then I've been doing 180 to 250 gigs a year. Speaking of which, we got to get to a gig right now.
In the summer of 2015, things really changed for me in the business with my top 20 blues rock radio single, See You Again.
Summer of 2017, we started working on the new record, Secundus, recording it in Nashville, Tennessee. The name comes from the Latin word the second, which I'm named after my father, Travis Boland II. And it's kind of a word that also can mean lucky and favorable. A lot of those songs were written the last few years and while I was recording the record. And that debuted on July 12, 2018. With great reviews and great feedback.
Use the words, found the humor in this world full of pain. Said I go to words, found you laughing. This world of pain. Well, I knew I shouldn't have quit you down in Vicksburg, Mississippi, baby. Said my heart was aching all the way to Chicago. Said it's never too late to take it on back. Thank you.